Life. This is Artist Table. This is the one, the only Brad. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing really, really well. Today, joining me is the one and only Willy Mammoth. How you doing, Willy?
Doing well.
Awesome, awesome. So, guys, today we got a special show, kind of a special show. We're going to critique some artwork for you guys that was sent in. I made an offer earlier in the week. I don't know if people are not brave enough yet, or what, but we're gonna critique some artwork, and I'm actually picking on one YouTuber this week, ADCArtAttack. Last week, I like watching his videos. I'm a subscriber to him. He has like something 200,000 followers. He's a big dude, but he did this drawing of Spider-Man this week, and we're going to be going over that. And I got some complaints, as a professional artist, I think he should have done a little bit better job, but his coloring skills are off the chain. I want to say that he does a great job on almost everything. He draws mostly anime stuff, though, but anime, as we know, if you draw anime only, it does not translate into knowing muscle structure and things like that too well in other art forms. So you gotta learn how to draw with real life and then go to anime. So
we've got Jalapeno Milk in the chat, and he's asking, is this a show to draw along to?
I don't know if it's a show to draw along to, but it's to give you advice about drawing, I would say.
Yeah, tonight's show. Usually Tuesday nights. Tuesday nights are our teaching nights.
Yeah, teaching nights. We can do some drawing.
Definitely follow along on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I want to give you a sneak peek. I am working on a time-lapse drawing here. Let me make it bigger. So I got a special time-lapse drawing I've been recording for this Iron Fist. I'm in the inking stages right now. Then I'm going to be coloring it. And then I got a really cool effect I'm going to be trying out for the first time. And fail or not fail, I am going to show the results. So if I make a big mistake with it, everybody's going to see it. I'm going to post it no matter what. So as soon as this is over, I'm going to get back to doing that. So anyways, just a heads up, Danny Rand is coming. So anyways, why don't we get to it? So I'm going to pull up my screen real quick. And this is the Spider-Man I am talking about by ADCArtAttack. And it's a solid, pretty good Spider-Man. But I do have some complaints.
So this guy's a professional?
Yeah, professional YouTuber.
Professional YouTuber. Okay.
Yeah, YouTube artist. So he has like 200-something thousand followers, which is cool. He did a good job raising that. So congrats to him.
Yep. Nice.
But I got a couple of issues. So I'm going to make this just a little bit lighter so we can draw over the top. But can you guys still ever see everything okay? Yeah, you guys can still.
Yeah, we're fine.
Gotcha. So got my blue marker. Let's zoom in a little bit. So my main complaint about this drawing is the leg that's right over here. Oops, let me back up. So if you notice on this leg right here, right, it looks a bit off. And when he was doing this, he took someone else's pose and then he drew his own muscle structure over it. And I think he was kind of giving some wrong advice on how to do everything. He's like, just throw any shadows anywhere you want. It's totally cool. Have some fun with it, which I agree. Have some fun with your artwork.
Yeah, but the muscle structure itself
it looks completely wrong. Yeah. So we're gonna address that real quick. So if we take the leg like so, first I think we talked earlier in the week about drawing through. Last week about drawing through an object.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna draw the leg, come through. Right, so you can see there's a little sausage bit right there, and then we got right under here is where you have the top of the calf, right?
You drew an oval and already it looks better.
Yeah. And then he has the foot underneath, right? So if we take this out right here. Oops, I got to turn my eraser up because I was doing some feathering earlier. Just got 100%. So take out that real quick. And then we'll go back to the brush. So we'll put the sausage back together, okay? So this is where the hip joint is right here, right? This is the leg, that cylinder that we talked about before. The kneecap is going to be right here at the front. Another cylinder. And then you have the circle for the top of the calf, and then the foot down below, right? So that's normally what you have as a setup for your leg when you're doing this overview, right? But you got to remember the muscles in the leg. I mean, Spider-Man's really stretchy. Spider-Man can move, and we were talking about this before the show. You know, you got to break a lot of rules with Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's one of the characters that you can kind of morph him into any shape.
Yeah,
but still, you have to follow some rules, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you got to get the right identifiers of what's happening in each section.
Yeah. Although, I mean, you can change the shape of the muscle, but you really shouldn't change the form of the muscle. Does that make sense?
And the location. Yeah. So you need to have, those three things, and then you can stretch it, you can bend it, you can squash it.
But they still have to be in the right alignment. How's that? That's better, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we have a couple of muscles here. So the muscles at the top of the leg are called the quads, right? In fact, let me bring that up over here. So we have the quadriceps at the top, which is there's three of them in the quads right here. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. Let's go above. So you got number 1 right here, the outer. Number 2, which is the one over the top. And number 3, which is the interior. And so when you work these out in different ways, they get stronger and bigger and smaller. But the muscles overlap each other in the leg, so you get different things showing the way the leg moves, right?
Yeah.
So if we go back to the original drawing over here, let's pull this back up. I'm going to bring up another layer here. He has the quad, the interior quad going like this, right? The middle quad kind of going like this, and then the outer quad coming over all of them and then hooking back up, right? So if we look at that, it looks a little bit weird, right? And then he has the interior muscle disappearing between the two quads, right, like so. And if we go back to the original drawing, you can see it kind of overlaps. It should go over the top, like so. Sorry, I don't have a background there, but it goes over the top and then the muscles. So it just looks wrong. And if you're teaching young kids on how to draw this, little by little, you gotta fix it. So so we bring this back up again. So we saw the muscle shapes you put on there. I mean, even this inner thigh right here too, right? This inner thigh, like he has muscles going this way, which don't.
It looks like it's caving in.
Yeah. And especially where you put the shadows too. So
it might be the shadow that might be throwing it off. There's definitely something wrong with it.
Yeah.
So. I'm not sure. The way it's shadowed, it looks like it's indented.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even then, even when it's it just looks wrong. So what we want to do is if we take our little sausage muscle over here, the sausage leg, I'm gonna make that a little bit lighter. Then we'll go back over here. So if his waist is over here, and this is the top of the leg at the top right up here, right? So we're going to have that inner thigh muscle kind of coming down like so. Because his leg is kind of bending and rotating. You're going to have the interior quad kind of come up. You're going to have the middle quad over the top, and then the outer quad barely make an appearance over here, right? And then you have the knee where it all attaches at the front. And then this is like, this kind of comes around, wraps around, and then hooks up with the calf muscle. Oh, I put on the wrong layer. But so we'll try to do that real quick. And then it hooks up over the front. So this is what you're going to see from the top down. And then you have the interior muscles of the thigh, like right here. So it should look something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
I like squaring off the knee.
Yeah.
I like the looks of it when the knee is squared off. So
yeah.
any chance I get to show off a knee, I put it in there. I try not to hide it. And I think that's what he was trying to do, was hide it.
Well, I don't know how he approached it in the video. He's like, just have fun with it. Put it wherever you want, you know. And I agree with having fun with the drawing, but
yeah, I agree too.
know.
And like how precise does it have to be as long as it's pleasing to the eye?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this,
it's really a little unpleasing to the eye. I mean, yeah, it's quite unpleasing to the eye, you know.
Yeah.
But this is also a good lesson in learning how to draw through an object, because there's more than just the leg that's kind of wrong with this drawing. But it's not until you really look at it that you start seeing it. So let's pull up the drawing again. So we have the leg here, but also I don't like how this foot looks right here a little bit. You know, Spider-Man, you just kind of want to come out. You really want to simplify the foot, you know, as much as possible, because it's hard to draw all those feet and muscles in there. So usually I would just simplify the foot and then do what all the other pros do and just kind of have the leg come down into it, right? But we were talking about the shoulder up here. So let me move this over just a little bit. So you got the chest cavity right here. Can you see the blue pretty well? Or do I need to make it a little more?
No, it looks good on my screen.
Okay. So if we draw that chest like we've been practicing on the Tuesday shows, right? So you got your little chest thing right here. And then that goes down to the waist, which we'll talk about the waist in a second, you know. But I'm just going to draw the little portions up here. The clavicle that's here should, you know, be at the top, right at the base of the neck, which is fine. But the shoulder muscles kind of overlap the clavicle, and then it hooks back in to the pectoral muscle. So the clavicle should disappear near the top of the deltoid in the shoulder. And then you come down here and you bring down, you'll see part of the not trap, sorry. What's it called? Is it trap? No. What's the back muscle of your arm?
Tricep.
Oh, tricep. Yeah, you'll see the top of the tricep, and then you'll come down and you'll see the main bulk of the bicep as it disappears under the pectoral muscle and the deltoid, right? So you'll see that disappear, and then the other arm muscles will come around and hook up with the wrist, right?
Yep.
So it should look more like that, as that clavicle disappears under the deltoid, right? He has it jetting out above it, you know, and it just doesn't look right in the drawing.
So moving down the wrist into the thumb area, we were talking about that.
Yeah, so
the thumb looks like
thumb looks like a complete middle finger. You know, he's got a fully ambidextrous thumb there that can bend all the way back and lay perfectly flat when you really just want to kind of simplify it, right? Oops, where's my eraser? Let's bring this back up. You know, I remember ADCArtAttack. I like you, dude, but you know, so when you have things in what do you call it? you want to layer them, right? You want to. Let me show you what I'm doing. The thumb will tuck back behind the meaty part of the other thumb. So the end of the thumb will tuck back behind the meaty part, right? And then you bring down the back of the fist and get a little finger there, you know.
And that's pretty much it. That's all you need.
That's all you need. Yeah.
So click back.
Sure.
So you can see.
Yeah, he has the full thumb here going all the way back.
Yeah. Okay, now bring up your blue line again.
Yeah. Oh. Over the top.
Yeah. So you cut like an inch off his thumb.
Yeah. And that's all you need to make it work, you know.
Yeah.
So ADC, I love you, brother, but yeah, man.
But I can see what he's doing. I mean, like anytime you do see pictures of Spider-Man, especially if someone like J. Scott Campbell or they like to exaggerate the posing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
They like to exaggerate the length of the thumb.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But we were talking, you know, about the angle of his butt, the legs, and everything.
Yeah,
it just doesn't line up.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It almost looks like if you were to draw through that, he'd only have the one bum cheek, right?
See, yeah, let's pull up the other sausage. So the main sausage we have there, right? So you can see my light blue sausage, and you can see where we were drawing the feet, where the hips should be, the bottom of the rib cage right here, right? And then this is the spine that comes down and hooks up, right? So his right is a left leg. His left leg is completely disjointed from the hips, right? So, and then the shoulders here, you're supposed to have a circle here, come through another circle here, and then that's where your muscles are, the deltoid, right? So then it hooks up to the arm, you know, where however it's looking, I don't remember. So, and then up here, you know, the head, you know, type thing. Okay. So I'm going to draw over this again. So if we drew this correctly, I'm going to take this layer. I got so many layers right now. I'm going to lighten this up too. So we should have the chest like so. Coming down this. And we'll base it off his left leg, right? So if his left leg is ending right here, and then the circle's right here for the joint, right? He's going to have another joint right here. So this is where his crotch is going to be, where that little circle is. These hips are going to twist, right?
Yep.
Because his leg is twisting out. So this hip is going to twist. And the twist is what gives you the action, by the way. Jim Lee said that in one of his videos, and it's very true. So wherever the hips go, and if you go opposite on the shoulders, if they're not in line with each other at a steep angle, you're going to get that sense of movement and action, right? So if we base it like that, and then we come over like this, sausage here, you know, foot here, things like that. This leg should be coming out kind of like this because you got that beefy, bulky thigh and butt muscle, right? And what is it, the leg coming up to his knee? Yeah. So the knee's still going to be the same, I think, or just come past it. So it should come up and over. This is why you draw through, guys. So this is the top of the knee. You have the top of the calf right here, coming down to the foot, right? And then you draw the bottom of the foot, over and up. So this is a simple view, you know. This is how I do layouts and stuff, though, you know. So
it really is important to draw through your drawings.
Yeah, more people need to do that. But even then, this leg is a little too long because look how far that goes out, right? So I would shorten that to about right here. Put this here. Right? That's what I would do. So That's how I would do it, and I'll just pull that. So that way, you get the top of the thigh, bottom of the foot, and you have all the muscles coming down. That to me looks much, much better.
Yeah.
Than the way he was drawing it over here. It's not as doesn't look as funky. You're right. It definitely does not look as funky because that it's just completely off.
Yeah.
It bugs me every time I see this drawing. And my wife at the time, my wife this week, she was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I told her, she's like, "Oh, it's bugging you that much?" I'm like, "Yeah, I may do a video on this later." Yeah. Anyways, let's continue the drawing though, because we're supposed to have a shoulder here, shoulder muscle here, which you can see the back of the deltoid there. And you're supposed to have an arm up here, and then the forearm coming like that. So we did that. But then his neck though, just does not line up. Man, as I do this more, it's getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me pull this down. So if we have his arm in the same position, right? Pull it back. The deltoid is going to come down right back here. This deltoid is going to come over here, meet with the pec, where it's just going to be right there.
Yeah. Anytime you have a chance to connect the lines, because if it really does. Where am I? Right here.
Yeah.
Even if you hold your arm up, you can feel the line come down into the next muscle.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime you get a chance to connect that line, do it.
Yeah. So do that. Come down. Arm comes down here. And remember the top where the shoulder starts here, right? To where the bicep connects right before the elbow, or wherever your elbow is the same distance as the top of the rib cage, right? So that's the same distance. And then you put the arm down, which is going to be roughly the same distance. Something like that. So it's going to look very similar to that. Okay. But the head, though, his head, if we look at his drawing again, is like he's like put his chin out above the arm, right?
Yeah,
So,
neck looks like
it's
too long or something.
It's way too long. So you bring it up, and honestly, if you leave the same position, you're only going to see like that the head. To be honest, I mean. Let's draw through it, put this up. Well, maybe we'll see just a little bit more. But yeah.
Okay. And just for the sake of it, put in the Spider-Man eyeball there. The little teardrop shape there.
So we did that.
That way we'll know at least what direction see? Okay. So in he's actually got like the bridge of the nose, and then it comes down going towards the mouth.
Yeah.
And it's not.
He put the head higher because the foreshortened arm would have covered it.
Yeah.
Yes, we understand that, but I'm just saying the proportions though of the neck are just way out of whack.
I'm not even paying attention to
to
YouTube. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'll switch my screens over, and that way I can pay attention to the chat. The reason I switched over because we were 2 or 3 seconds behind or something on this screen from doing the StreamYard.
Oh, gotcha.
So I switched over, and then I forgot to go back.
Yeah.
So we've got Niobe Comic in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Niobe #1 reprint featuring this channel's very own Josh Spencer. He's not here tonight, but yes.
No,
Josh.
he decided to go hiking when he was there.
The covers are in, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I like ADCArtAttack, but if you're going to teach kids how to draw and stuff like that, you gotta, or or teach people how to draw, you got to remember some basic rules. And while Asuka, his arm does have to be moved if you want to show the face.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Otherwise, he's breaking his neck. Like he's twerking his neck back. He's like, oh, I don't need a neck anymore. Yeah, it's all good.
When it comes to Spider-Man, I mean, as long as his webbings and stuff are shown on the rest of his uniform, do you really need to put his face in there? Especially if it's an action pose. We know it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, I get it. But still, though, I mean, he took someone else's pose that they did a drawing. It looked okay. Then he drew over top. He kind of redrew it, and he didn't follow any rules. He just kind of went, "Oh, okay. Here's what it is. Have fun." And it's fun drawing. Don't get me wrong, but you can still break the rules a little bit and make it look really cool. Because, like, what you could do with him is you can make Spider-Man super lanky, and so you can exaggerate the length of the arms and the legs and things like that and make it look cool. But he has his more stocky, and so it's a way more noticeable on some of these rule breaks. So, but other than that, good job. His coloring skills are great, by the way. I'm not knocking the guy at all. I'm just saying this is what I would do to change this up so it looks right, or even rethink that arm that's in the front. Rethink that arm so you can see his face. Or maybe have him grab over. So if I was doing this, I would let me erase this real quick. Right. So we want to see Spider-Man's face because he's Spider-Man, right? So I would have him, probably maybe, let's say he's kind of looking this way still, right? Put the muscle in there, coming over, look at the arm, and maybe he's just going way overhead, So we see part of that face, and then it comes over, type thing. But I'd have to rework it for a little bit just to get to work right, But let me move I'm drawing kind of weird, but that way you can at least see who's in the shot,
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would probably be the best, easiest way to change and have most of that pose the same.
Yeah. Another thing you could do is drop it below.
Or drop the arm across the chest.
Yeah. Like drop it low. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Almost across the ribs, actually.
Yeah. That's what I meant to. Yeah. Let me pull that. Let me do that real quick. So
But then, when it comes to Spider-Man, I can see what he's trying to pull off because he's got the fist made and he's holding on to the webbing, right? But again, you can play around with that dynamic. He could totally put, shooting webs with the other hand. I think both hands are in fists, are they not?
Yeah, they're holding on. They're actually holding on to webbing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we go lower. Actually, that looks good.
Yeah. That was my first instinct. Yeah. I like the way you did it too, though. Another thing that you could do is maybe
you get them looking over the shoulder a little bit better.
Yeah,
we do the face.
Yeah, I think another thing that you can do is shoot it straight out towards his front there.
Oh, that would work too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in the other one, he has them like
that one looks really good.
Some webbing. Yeah.
I like this one a lot.
Oh, that one right there. Yeah. And you had the knee coming up over. Yeah. So, yeah, I would do it this way if I was to do it. I like this one a lot better.
Yeah.
And then guys, when you're drawing, just erase the lines on the where you're not going to see them anymore, right? That's all you got to do to finish your drawings. To get the bases down, and then you just put in the suit and everything over that because all that stuff underneath, you did the work. You know where it's at. So you just
Now,
need to.
now's the time that you try and make it look pretty.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of, I can't say, I want to say beginners, but like I'd still do it too. Sometimes I want to rush to get to that final.
Yeah, everybody does. Yeah.
You know, the final look. So, you know, but you really do need to do these construction lines underneath.
Yep.
And then take your time and then do the finessing.
Patience is a virtue for a reason.
It is, yeah. You want to learn patience, take a painting course.
It's true.
Especially like watercolor, where you have to wait for it to dry before you go on to the next stage.
Yeah.
And that kind of teaches you the process of art in general, I find.
Yeah. So if we do something like that, you know, his arm there. Yeah, this is where you get to really style it up, add your own flavor.
Yeah.
Know. Maybe we can lengthen this one out a little bit, you know.
Yeah, that's fun looking already.
Yeah, it does actually. I kind of want to just keep drawing it, but you know, yeah. But that's definitely it's the same feeling, you know, a little more. I think there's more energy in this pose. And then now's the critical point where you want to do the shadowing, because if we look at his shadowing, right, it's kind of all over the place. You know, originally his shadowing here, I'm going to delete this layer. I'm going to go one above it again. So the shadowing, because we see the dark side, we should have the light coming, you know, kind of like this, right? So it's, or maybe, no, maybe it's more directly to the side. This is what's throwing me off, right? So the shadowing, if your light source is coming in this way, you're supposed to have this back half in the shadows, right? Like the leg here, that's good. This quad right here, or this calf, yeah. The chest muscle is not shadowed. The arm is not casting a shadow across the chest. The suit's okay under the arm right here, but this pectoral muscle that he has right here should be casting a big shadow over that bicep, right?
We'll have to talk about shading and shadows and your light source and your reflected light and all your different halftones, and
that's a whole
we'll have to do this on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, that's a whole other.
Actually, a good thing to bring up. Actually,
yeah, it's a whole other beast. No, I understand in the comic books for Spider-Man, they use a lot of black and a lot of blue for his the main part of his body. It's just it kind of accentuates some of the muscles and things like that. So, but I think we beat, you know, unfortunately ADC's Art Attack drawing enough here. So we're going to move on to one more that we have. Matt Krotz asked me to bring this on, or he said I can bring this on, and we can critique it a little bit. And before the show began, Willie and I were looking at it, and we got a couple of suggestions. I'm just going to lighten this up so we can draw over top. The first suggestion was the feet and the legs. So one, we got to remember this is a cartoony piece, and so the rules aren't going to apply as we're trying to do a more stylistic or realized or comic book version. Mm-hmm. This is going to be definitely much more animated, you know.
Yeah.
So we're going to break a lot of rules here, but a couple of rules still have to keep the same.
Yeah.
One is the feet. Let me pull this up.
Yeah.
So we have one leg that's higher, right?
And we have the one leg that's higher is also closer to us, which would suggest that the foot be just slightly bigger than the other foot because it is closer, right? Yeah. This is called depth perception.
Yeah. So this foot right here should be probably slightly bigger. Let's do that one. And this one should be slightly smaller. Like so.
There you go.
Yep. So you'll see that.
And it doesn't have to be drastic, just subtle changes, right?
Yes, that's the hips, and then this is the chest that comes down. And then I'm going to draw the chest cavity real quick. Then draw the waist. Right? Chest, waist, shoulder, shoulder, arm, arm. The other thing that we brought up on this one was probably the length of the arms, because we thought they may be slightly too long, you know.
I think they're okay.
They are okay though, yeah. Once we connect it, yeah, I think they're okay. So,
yeah. So I'm hoping he put in the arm and then decided to erase it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So
if he did that, that's perfect.
Yeah. So I would say the only critique we have on this one for you, dude, is definitely the feet, and that's it, dude.
Yeah,
just the legs are a little long, but that's okay. It's a cartoon, and you're drawing a woman, so that's not a problem for us, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
cartoony stuff's my specialty. So
yeah.
I love the squash and stretch.
Yeah, so that's not a problem. The only thing is the rules for what's going to be bigger in the foreground, what's not, still going to be the same. So other than that, dude, good job, man. We like it. So
yeah, well done.
Yeah. So crazy, man. Can't believe we talked for so long on the first one. But yeah, Matt Krotz, dude. Good job, brother. Good job. So no problems with your stuff, dude. I like it. Now I'm colorblind, so I can't tell you about the colors, but
yeah, bring it up full color again. And
it is, I did it. I pulled it
up. Okay. So we've got like a muddy yellow beige color in the background, and then she's in like a nursing scrubs, like a green scrubs. So
yeah, is the shadow a cooler color?
Like the bottom of the
the bottom of the scrubs, where their chest is.
No, under the breast it looks bluish.
Yeah. So again, with shadows, we're gonna have to talk about that. If you have a warm color and you put a nice hard shadow somewhere, make it like put a cool blue tone over it. I like that, and that brings it down just enough that you can tell it's a shadow.
No. What did he build this with? Do you know? Was it Photoshop?
He did not say. He didn't say.
No? So, okay. Because I know with Photoshop, you can change the effects on your layers.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes purple works really well for many, many different shadows. It doesn't matter what color your picture is. Shadow it in purple. And then you can change your layer to like an overlay or I can't think of the other one right now. But yeah, you can change the layer style.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives it a different effect. And it blends everything fabulously.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know when I use markers, like when I do my well, I learned a lesson when I got to meet the Hildebrandt brothers. So I met Greg and Tim Hildebrandt, who are fantastic illustrators, by the way. Great guys. They were telling us in class that warm
workshop with them?
Well, they came to our high school. And we got, yeah, that was cool.
You didn't tell me that. Did you tell me that?
I don't know if I did. I talked about it before. It was a while ago, but they came to our high school, and the teacher had them come up and everything. But yeah, so the warm areas of the body or whatever, we'll talk about body for a minute. Warm areas create cool shadows. Cool areas create warm shadows. So you always want to do the opposite tone whenever you're making a shadow for whatever type of material you're going to be using. You know, and that's how you play with the light a little bit. So, and you bring the tones in, it makes that really nice contrast. It's the same with colors, like contrasting colors. So,
yeah, you know, and that's why I brought up purple, because purple can be either warm or it can be cool.
Cool. Yeah.
It's one of those colors that can be either or.
Yeah. Very true.
It's very close on the color wheel. We'll bring up the color wheel and we'll talk about colors and stuff as well.
Yeah, we'll do color 3 a little bit later.
We'll wait till you get your glasses though.
Yeah. So yeah, we
can be
haven't
fun.
talked about that. So
Yeah.
I ordered, because I'm colorblind. We have I ordered some colorblind sunglasses that are coming, and those will be here, I think, between the 25th and the 30th. So as soon as they get here, I asked if everybody wants me to do a broadcast with them. We're gonna do it.
Do an unbox.
And yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to talk to Tyler, see if he can come over, and we'll go to the park or something like that, and unbox them and play with them a little bit and see how well they work. So
You gonna cry?
I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm missing. So
I think it's gonna just blow your mind, man.
yeah. So
I've
we'll
seen
see.
other videos of people trying them on for the first time, and they just
Yeah,
it's overwhelming.
yeah. So that's
Oh,
what
and another
we're here.
thing where it
Yeah.
is so overwhelming, I don't know if they tell you this or not, but it might give you a bit of a migraine if you wear them too much because you're not used to it.
Yes. Yes. I think that's
Just
what
be careful.
said on the
So
box.
you wear glasses
Mhm.
every day, anyways?
No, I wear contacts too. Yeah, I
Okay.
switch them up. Yeah.
Are you the glasses that you ordered? Are they like a prescription
They're
lens
not. They're gonna be sunglasses. So I'll just use them outside with my contacts
with
and
your
stuff like that.
contacts? Okay.
Yep. So
Is there anything that you can do to get them prescription?
yeah, I totally can. But it was just cheaper to get the first pair right now, and then maybe
Yeah.
I'll get a prescription pair later.
Yeah, just
So
to see what you're missing.
yep. So
Okay, so we got a question in the chat from
sure.
Asuka. The cast shadow on the ground. How would you determine the shape? Surely the hands would be separate from the main body shadow.
That is true.
Yeah.
Let me pull up my little overlay real quick. Let's drag this down just a little bit. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yep.
Yeah. So I like how he has the normal shadow just kind of right here for the body. Maybe you could put a little couple of feet there to help with that. And then because the arms are separate, I would actually, maybe make the little couple extra shadows on the side.
Yeah,
As
just
they're coming down.
yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, it's good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not casting a hard shadow. It's just a soft shadow. Just kind of.
You kind of want to mimic the shape, but it doesn't have to be perfect, especially when it's a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Basically, it looks just like a puddle of water on the ground. But
it's true. It's true.
If you wanted to get real high tech, you could copy the layer.
Yep. Mirror it.
All to fill it with black.
Yep. Mirror it.
Yep. Yeah. Mirror it and
then gradient use a gradient or something like that
and then lower the opacity, and then it'll smoke it out.
Yep. You could do that
if you wanted to get really technical.
It's true. Yeah,
For
but
for a cartoony thing like this, I think what he done was good because it's sketchy looking, anyways, right?
Yeah, definitely. So again, it's good. Doesn't break any rules. We like it. So yeah. If you, any other questions, guys, art questions, please ask us. You can hit me up on Twitter at any time as well. This Tuesday, we talked about shapes already, advanced shapes a little bit. Let's put a body together on Tuesday and talk about how to shadow that body. Yeah. So we'll just do the general just a general shading.
Yeah, let me do a little intro to shading, and then you can go over with the shading of an actual form.
Yeah. So we'll do that on Tuesday. And guys, every Friday, we're happy to critique a couple of drawings or something like that. So just tag us in them, tag Artist Table, tag me, tag Willie, whoever, and we'll bring them up and take a look at them and critique your artwork if you want us to. We're not going to be harsh on anybody, but we'll just tell you.
No, absolutely not. I mean, we're not complete pros either. So
yeah, we're always learning. So.
Yeah. It's a learning process for us as well.
But guys, I think we're
gonna Christopher C. Oh my God, Pencil! You got a sexy new co-host. Does he do tricks?
He does do tricks.
Show you my shirt. I never showed you my shirt.
Oh,
Golden Girls, baby!
Nice, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Nice. Awesome.
It's my new rock shirt. How cool is that?
It is pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, I'm ready to party. Huh?
I haven't seen that show forever. My mom and my grandma used to watch that show all the time together when it was out. So I remember as a kid. But yeah. My grandpa and I would watch like Knight Rider and all that stuff. But yeah, Golden Girls.
I know.
I love how they become such a meme.
That's why I got it, because I love my rock t-shirts. But look at the logo; it's like
it's pretty cool looking. That's for sure. Yeah, man. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for today. We just want to go over those critiques and let you know we got some cool color, colorblind sunglasses coming for me. So
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, dude. That's gonna be fun to unbox those. I'm gonna try to do a live stream from the park when we do it, maybe, or we'll try to do a live stream. We'll see what we can do. If not, we'll record it live and just
go to some sort of kids fun zone or something where all the friggin' lights.
Oh, like McDonald's?
Oh no, like an arcade or something. Where
dude, arcade would be dope. Yeah, arcade would be dope.
Yeah,
there is a Nickelcade near us. I'll see if they'll let me film inside. So,
that would just blow your mind, man.
That'll be interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, because I used to get my butt kicked all the time in StarCraft because in the little mini map it was always green.
Yeah,
and my friends would pick red and yellow on purpose, because I couldn't see them.
Yeah,
I'm like, you jerks.
Yeah, they find out your weakness, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
they prey on that stuff.
When they brought the colorblind mode in, things changed. So, yeah, it's all good though. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us today. We're going to keep it a short one. I'm going to go back to drawing that Iron Fist. I'll give you another quick peek before.
Work on that Spider-Man.
There you go. There's that Iron Fist, guys. I'm going to work on that tonight. I'm doing a time lapse for that. I'm adding a special treat to it. I'm going to try to make it work, fail or not fail. Hopefully it won't fail. But if it does fail, I'll show you what I was doing anyway. So, and then I'll record over it and talk about it. So
yeah, it's a fun one. Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be interesting. That's for sure. We'll see if it comes out. So
save that Spider-Man one. Don't delete the Photoshop file.
Oh, I haven't deleted it. No.
Yeah. Save it. We'll work on that one sometime too.
All right, baby. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today on Artist Table. We love you. We got some more interviews coming up shortly. Some more guests coming on. Matt wanted to be with us today, but he is at a convention. So, but I think he's going to try to be with us on Tuesday. Matt Weldon again. So, we'll see what's going on. I'll see if Casa wants to come back on as well. So, anyways, guys, God bless. Have a great day. Hit me up if you want to critique next week. And take care. Our contact information is below. See you guys.